सभी आ रहे अच्छा रहे सब आ रहे चलो बाकी निखिल साहब जाने आए थे साहब से पूछा
ओके थैंक यू वेरी मच
इन्होंने किसका किया ये तो कुछ बोला ही नहीं
Welcome all of you. It's my great pleasure to welcome all of you. To welcome Dr. Dhani, who has been working for our great country, India, for the last many years. First of all, it is my proud pleasure to welcome all friends, and most of whom are all intellectuals in their own fields. And today I am speaking on behalf of my friend, Mr. Nikhil Sablania, is a filmmaker. Because of some health problems, he is not able to speak properly today, so I got a chance on his behalf. So now I want to tell you about Dr. S.L. Dhani. He had created an administrative history in independent India 23 years ago by taking voluntary retirement from post of commissioner in 1989, while fighting for values and against institutionalized corruption in Haryana, in a manner that his bold and silkiness served common man was positively appreciated by the media for quite a few years, in such a fashion that V. N. Narayan, the editor-in-chief, the Tribune group of papers, had recorded the rare contribution of Dr. Dhani by making a statement in one of the editorials in early 1989 to the effect that Dr. S.L. Dhani has paid the price for standing firm against the organized corruption in Haryana. Having been born in one of the poorest Dalit families in a village near Bhiwani in Haryana on 2nd September 1932, he could find his initial role model in his own father, Chaudhry Mange Ram, who sent him to the school in 1938 against all opposition by the upper castes having traditional monopoly of every kind concerning education, money, brute force, and political power, and exploitative, oppressive, and suppressive philosophy directed against every single lower caste by every higher caste, both individually and collectively, so that the lowest of the castes, condemned in religious literature as untouchable, became the ultimate targets of oppression and suppression. Still, he left all the upper caste students of the village school behind him, in the sense that he became the first in middle level board examination in 1947, secured first division in matriculation in the same school in 1949, became the first Sanskrit graduate of the village in 1953, became the first income tax inspector from the area in 1957, became the first PCS officer from the village in 1959, became the first IAS officer from the state, having selected from the Haryana Civil Service in 1970, became the first IAS officer to be promoted to the post of commissioner and secretary to Haryana government in 1986 by superseding many officers, including those from the upper castes. That's a great thing. Became the first scholar administrator from his erstwhile parent state of undivided Punjab, out of which those of Punjab, Himachal Pradesh and Haryana were carved out. And he had been the highest qualified IAS officer, became the highest qualified IAS officer from the said states by adding to this academic qualifications while performing wondrous duties of civil services to the discomfiture of his superiors even, which included Master's Diploma in Public Administration, that is MDPA, from Indian Institute of Public Administration, New Delhi. That was in the year 1964. LLB from Punjab University in 1971. First class MA in Ancient Indian History, Culture and Archaeology from Kurukshetra University in 1974, by also securing the second position in the university. Certificate in Promotion of Small Enterprises in Developing Countries from Cranfield School of Management, Cranfield, United Kingdom in 1974, and Doctorate of Philosophy from Kurukshetra University in 1989. First generalist of India to propounded Manavtantra theory of evolution of universe. He became the first generalist of India to propounded Manavantra theory of evolution of universe. That was based on Vedas and Puranas. In 1975, he became the first generalist to have been invited to international seminars for presenting his findings on the most intricate subjects like theosophy, science, religion, and spirituality, which included the following: World Theosophical Society in International Seminar on Theosophy and Science in 1975, Indian National Science Academy in International Seminar on Aryabhat in 1979, and Bharat Nirman in International Seminar on Srimad Bhagavad Gita in 1983. He had been the first recipient of Ambedkar National Award. That was in the year 1985. He became the first IAS officer belonging to any caste to have been featured by print and electronic media at national and international levels, which included satellite TV, India, and BBC for its overseas programs, while staying in England in 1979, Times of India in 2004. He visited quite a few European countries in his official capacity in 1979 and 1986. First to challenge Vedic pundits and world scientists. Authored numerous thought-provoking books pertaining to scientific analysis of Hindu religion and philosophy, which have been presenting counter viewpoints and distinguished from traditional and unanalyzed assertions designed to create blind faith among common masses so that they became easily and voluntarily exploited by successive upper castes. The challenging books included the following: Dr. Dhani has become a legend in his own lifetime, especially in the matter of establishing a very rare synthesis between the ancient and the modern, the Orient and the Occident, and between Hindu religion and the modern science, by propounding Manavantra theory of evolution of universe based upon the Vedas and Puranas in 1975, which gave him international recognition overnight. The 26th day of June 1975, which is regarded in India as Doomsday on account of promulgation of national emergency by the Prime Minister, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, happened to bring an international fame to Dr. Dhani. Presentation of his theory on that day left the newspaper space almost blank on account of cessation of all political activity in the country, which relished gulping of the story about Manavantra theory released by N.S. Malik of UNI from Chandigarh, which made screeching headlines in national dailies on 28 June 1975. Since then, he became a welcome invitee at the international seminars on the theosophy and science. And finally, to the electronic media, including BBC, which featured Dhani for its overseas program while being in England in 1979. Even Shankara's Weekly carried two-page featured by Sis Manzi. Hindi books that included Prachin Bharat Mein Vigyan, सृष्टि विकास का मानवंत्र सिद्धांत 1980 संघर्ष और समृद्धि पुराण कथाएं आज के संदर्भ में 1985 ब्रह्म विज्ञान और विज्ञान विजनन ब्रह्म विजनन और विजनन 1987 धर्म और राजनीति को दलित चुनौती 1992 भगवान शिव दलितों के मित्र या शत्रु books in English that included Manavantra Theory of Evolution in 1979, Politics of Gods, Churning of the Ocean 1983, Philosophy of Administration, Mythological Interpretation 1987, Hindu Scheme of Things, Socio-Political Analysis of Manu Smriti 1987, Srimad Bhagavad Gita in Historical Perspective 1983, Indian Freedom Struggle, New Insight 2003, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Man of Millennium for Social Justice 2007, Poetical Presentation in Hindi of some autobiographical events, Rasta Batati Manzilein 2008, आधुनिक महाभारत 2008, प्रशासन नेता और सच 2009. Then Mr. Dhani's work is bound to open new vistas in the Indological researches and find very deep roots of a science tradition in ancient India